Alright, what is up guys? VV back with another video. And in today's video, we are going to be taking a look at another match from OP-06 over in the East, from a pretty large tournament. And it's going to be between black and green Perona over here on the left, and then Yamato over on the right. Yellow-green Yamato. So let's go ahead and dive straight into this match. Let me make sure I got the volume off, speed up to 2. That's usually how I like to do these, so I can pause and give a little bit of a game analysis, because that is what this video will be, is a game analysis style of video. Excuse me. Okay, so it looks like the Yamato is going to keep their hand, and let's see, the Perona did have to mulligan. Okay, let's go ahead and look at this opening hand here, once he gets his hands out of the way. Okay, so the Yamato is going to start with a 2-cost Shura Sky Island Searcher. 2-cost 200 million volts of Maru, that's the event, and then a Holy, and then 2 2K counters, okay, Izo and Centauri. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what the Perona's starting hand is going to look like. I'm going to fast forward a little bit. Okay, very defensive hand, very defensive hand. We got brand new 3 Borsalinos and a baby 5. Okay, excuse me. So this should be an interesting matchup here. Let's go ahead and get it started. Now that we know their starting hands. And let's see who goes first. I will say that I think both hands are fine. I don't think either player got a horrible hand. I think just the Perona wishes he got more than just Borsalinos. He wishes he got more options, of course. Okay, he's going to start off with Baby 5. This is just the Searcher. And the Yamato is going to go second. So that means he's going to get the Searcher as well. Hang on, let me pause right here. And he has a lot of options here. He can get anything except the 2-cost 2000 counter Hiyori, which is a Wano type. So let's see what he goes for here. Let's see what he opts for. It looks like he's favoring a 2K counter. Yeah, he's going to grab the Centauri and go ahead and say go after that. So turn 2 for Perona. Going to go up to 3 Dawn. Still nothing he can really play here. He's going to do a search with the Baby 5. And he's going to... Okay, so it's a Don Quixote search, and that card he just pulled out, the 5-cost 2K counter Virgo, it is a Navy / Don Quixote Pirates searchable card, which is very nice. Very nice. Okay. And let's see what else happens now. He's got 2 Dawn. He can easily play brand new here, or the... Okay, real quick. So the Perona did use the leader effect there to rest down a 4 or less character. That is a very powerful effect. And now he's just going to swing 5 into the Shura, which is a 2-cost 2K Searcher. And it looks like the Yamato is actually considering countering out of this. The Yamato player is looking at countering out of this. He will need a 2K and a 1K, or double 2K. Excuse me. Wait, so excuse me, he did need 2 2Ks, excuse me, because he was at 6,000. Or excuse me, he was at, the Perona swung for 5,000 at a 2,000 character. So he needed to get to 6K to get past it. Okay, so let's see what happens. Because the Perona here had the choice to play brand new or Rosinante. Let's see what they choose based off of the reaction to save the Shura. He's going to play the Rosinante. This is a 2-cost blocker with the ability to save characters. I'm going to try not to do too much explaining, guys, because some people have been getting on to me in my other videos explaining the cards too much. Talking about maybe I should put like a post-production together and like putting cards on the screen that I'm talking about. Unfortunately, that's just not feasible for me just yet. So I'm going to try and just get the best of both worlds. All of my videos are totally just uncut. They are raw. They're just 100%, let me pause right here real quick. It's just a one-shot, one-take, because I do have a full-time job. I have a whole life, guys. And again, who knows if my YouTube keeps, growing in the way it's been growing lately, maybe I'll be able to make this into more of a full-time or even a part-time gig, But unfortunately, currently at the time, or at this current time, so I should say it's not going to be an option for me. So I'm just going to try and get the best of both worlds by just, doing less description of the cards and just focusing more on the gameplay here, because we can always look the cards up later. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So Izo's coming out. This is a 3-cost 2K, guys. So Yamato is playing a 2K counter from hand to rest down this Rosinante so that now Yamato can just swing however they want. Yamato can swing at this character however they want to, or at the leader or whatever. So one Dawn's still active. Let's see what happens here. Okay, looks like he is going to, excuse me, swing 6 maybe. No, just 5. Just swing for 5 at the baby 5. But Rosinante can stop that, right, guys? Like Rosinante can, his effect is. Okay, he actually wants to read it. So he actually wants to read what this character does. I am going to read this, guys. I'm sorry, because this is an important one to know. Rosinante, excuse me, this is from OP-05. Oops, let me grab it right here. Okay, this is the card right here. It's a 2-cost 1k counter, or 1000 power 1k counter blocker. Opponent's turn, if your rested character would be KO'd, you may trash this character instead. So it's just a hardcore, just, you know, counter to what he was trying to do there. Okay, so it kind of, I think, I'm going to pause this. I think the Yamato player on the right is thinking, oh, okay, so in other words, I shouldn't have even played, you know, my Izo out, right? Because you could just swing 5. Okay, he's going to counter with the Rosinante anyway, and then you're still going to be able to swing 3 with your Shura. But he does at least establish another body. We'll see what happens. I don't think that was intended, but y'all correct me in the comment section below if y'all think otherwise. Okay, so still nothing crazy going on for Perona. I think it's probably time to establish one of these Borsalinos, though it's always tempting to draw cards with brand new. And let me talk about that real quick. I actually think that he should have played out the brand new, like last turn. Like, don't even try to protect the baby 5 searcher. Yes, it would have been nice if you could have, but realistically, you weren't going to, right? Even with what was on board, even without the Izo, he wasn't going to be able to do that. At least I don't think he could have. So why not just draw your card, you know, with brand new, set up for the next turn. Now your brand new would be alive, unless you used Izo to tap it down, and then so on and so forth. So, okay, he's going to use Perona to tap down the Izo, swing for 6 at it, and just lets it go. And then Borsalino's going to come down. the first of many, probably, right? At least judging from the hand. So, over to the Yamato's turn. He's on 6 Dawn now. Yamato is on 6 Dawn now. He looks like he drew a Hody Jones for the turn. He still has an Izo. He has the Holy. He has the 200 million Voltamaru. And he has a 2-cost, 2k counter Hiyori. So, okay, he's going to swing 8 into face. Yep, just let it go. Just let the Borsalino go, because you have so many others. And Yamato's going to establish a Holy. Now we're going up to 7 Dawn for Perona. He draws a Sabo for the turn. I really think soon here you have to try to see what you can get with this brand new. Right? Okay, he's going to rest down the Holy and swing 5 at it. Interesting. Interesting. I would have at least swung 7, I think, personally. And then played... Okay, here... Okay, so so remember, guys, X-Drake is Navy. Okay, he does have the type searchable for Navy. But we'll have to see what he's going to get here. That was a very nice card to draw because he does have 5 Dawn left, right? So getting X-Drake is just going to be a simple play this card, establish a 6k, KO your Holy, and your turn, right? Whereas getting the Kuzan was the only other option because brand new can't get brand new. Kuzan being the other option, that's not exactly bad either, right? Like establishing the 4-cost 5k, drawing a card from it, and being able to drop cost, that's pretty nice. But this is really getting the Kuzan, or excuse me, the X-Drake did seem like the no-brainer, the actual correct play, in my personal opinion. But establishing a blocker, there is some argument there to establish a blocker, because if he wants to, yeah, it looks like, and he doesn't have a lot of choice. Let me pause something here. So the Yamato player drew an Ohm for the turn. So he's going to play Ohm, and he's going to swing 9, right? Or at least that's how it looks to me. Or I guess he could swing like 5 and 6 maybe if he wants to. You know, I would probably just swing 9 and try to establish the double attack. Yeah, there's almost no way to get through this. And let's pause it. He did have a Suru, a Sabo, and a Virgo. And 2 Borsalino still. He could have countered out of that if he wanted to. But I know sometimes it's not the right call to. Okay, hang on a second. So, oh, that was an Ohm search. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought he whiffed a search. He did technically whiff a search, but it was just Ohm. trying to get another holy. And he's going to establish a 4 cost 5k. That'll be a 6k later. Very powerful card there. Ohm is just a great addition to any deck if you can splash in holy with it, because he potentially can, tempo you a card. Let me pause real quick, and then, start, winning board control in that way. Because otherwise he's just a 4 cost 6k with a 1k counter on him late in the game. Just a very, very solid new card out of OP-05. He's going to rest the Ohm. And it looks like he's going to swing into it before it's a 6k, because you have to be down to 2 life in order for it to be a 6k. And then he's going to swing... Okay, and he lets it go, and he's going to swing 6. Let's pause it. Gets an Onami. Gets an Onami off the top here. So, I think you let it KO the extra. Yeah, I mean, like, the other option is, well, like, give your leader Banish next turn. But I'd rather just keep fighting for board if I'm Yamato... or Yamato, and just stay in that position. Yeah, because he saw the Perona players still had all their Dawn active, so they can just easily play a blocker. So he drew a 0 cost. It's the 0 cost 3k counter, and this new 4 cost 6k character that KOs on play and on KO. I think it's a tapped 5 or 6 or less. So we'll see what happens here. He's going to trash the Borsellino and one of the... It looks like he had 2 of the 0 cost 3k counters. So, very, very solid. Still very solid. Okay, so let's see what the follow-up play is here for the Yamato player. Because, well, excuse me, I missed... He also played the Borsellino, if I didn't understand that. He trashed the Borsellino and the 0 cost 3k, and then played a Borsellino for 9 Dawn, right? It was 5 for Sabo, 4 for Borsellino. Pretty good turn for the Perona player. And while we're talking about it, the other card that we were looking at, the 4 cost 6k, it is a KO a 4 or less on play and on KO as long as it's rested. So you see how that works absolutely brilliantly, absolutely perfectly with Perona the leader, which can just rest a 4 or less at any time with its leader's effect. Once per turn, but still. Okay, so 10 Dawn turn for Yamato. I think you have to establish a board in some way here, because your opponent does still have 2 life cards. You have 2 blockers, but there's a Hody Jones in hand. And yep, he's starting to push that to the front. Hody Jones, 7 cost, 8,000 power rusher, that he'll take your top life card, but you can rest 2 of your opponent's characters or Dawn. So it looks like that's what he's going to be doing here. He's really favoring that. And to be fair, he doesn't really have another option here. I don't think there is another option for him in his hand that's, realistically, that is really good. Okay, so rest your 2 blockers. Swing 8. Oh, yeah, you got to draw the life card. The judge is like, hey, don't forget to take the life from his effect. So swing 8 at the leader, I'm assuming. I'm pretty sure that was the leader. We'll have to see. Whatever the case is, he counters out and gets to 9k. Or 10k if it was on one of the blockers. Now here he is going to go 10 into the Sabo. That is a tell, by the way, for if you guys are ever playing at someone and they attack into your Sabo over your Borsellino, when both of them are an option, obviously, you always KO the Borsellino. You always take out the Borsellino because he can't be KO'd, right, on your turn. Whereas the Sabo's effect only lasts for 1 turn. However, what is the Yamato player saying with that? Like, hey, I'm going to take out your Sabo here. That means he obviously has a 200 million Voltamaru in hand, right? Or he's trying to draw one if he doesn't already have one in hand. Do y'all see what's going on there? Because 200 million Voltamaru can tap down a 4-cost character, whereas, that's what Borsellino is. And then Sabo's a 5-cost character. Okay, so swings 10 at Sabo. That card's gone. And let's see what Perona can do here with 10 Dawn. Not a lot of great options in hand. He can go, this would be a little bit crazy, I'm not going to lie, but he can go Suru to get Hody Jones down to 3 and take out Hody Jones with the Ryuma. But he's not going to do that. He's going to swing, or we'll see, we don't know yet. He's going to swing 5 at lead with Brand New. I think you take this one or the next one because you want to get down to 1 life card. And it looks like this is an easy one to counter out of, so it makes sense for him to counter out like this. Ooh, he's going to take it, though. Very nice. He is going to take it. A little bit of a greedy play. And he got a 200 million volt tomorrow. Okay, so now it's pretty much over, right? Because 200 million volt tomorrow, if you have 1 life or less, allows you to tap or rest one of your opponent's 4-cost or lower characters, and then gives plus 3,000 power for the turn. So now even if his opponent plays another Borsellino, it doesn't matter. It pretty much doesn't matter at this point. Okay, so that's game. You know, I mean, you can almost tell right now, unless, let's see, the only other way he can get through this, he has 2. He can get plus 3 like this. So if he does play out the way we were saying, he will have a 2, 4, 7k counter, which will stop something. Okay, Ryoma KOs that, taps down the, KOs the Shura, and then plays out Borsellino. So, this, oh gosh, it's so unfortunate. I gotta pause it, guys. It's so unfortunate that he only has his 3 cards. So now the most he can counter out is for 5. And I don't know. We'll have to see what that does here. I don't think he'll have a character lower than 11k though in these 2 attacks here. We'll have to see what happens. So he's going to, let's see. He's obviously going to use 200 million volts Amaru here, but the question is, okay, so now up to 8. Up to 11. Yeah, that's the correct play here, right? The obvious play here is, hey, the most you can have in hand is 2, 4, 6 to get to 11, right? So I'm going to swing for 11 with double attack, and I know there's no way. Oh, and he's going to give it banish. I didn't even see the Onami in hand. Yep, seems very, very strong. So now, okay, he's actually, what is he thinking? That's interesting. So that is interesting to me personally. Why would you go up? Because he gained plus 3 to go to 11k. So even if all 3 of these were 2ks, there is no way for that to get out. Okay, so he's going to swing for 12k, and they're gone. Those cards are gone now. Then attach 2, plus 3, go 13k across the table here. The game is over. Guys, do y'all see how punishing Yamato can be? Like in the right hands, like in the correct pilot's hands, Yamato can just be so devastating, just absolutely brutal. So awesome. Well, guys, I hope y'all like that one. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section below. I'm not gonna do too much dissecting. We talked a lot about the game throughout the matchup here. This is the same Yamato player that we saw in my previous video, who ended up winning the entire tournament, and this is from the same tournament. Now, one thing I will say is apparently Perona has a favorable matchup into Yamato. That's, at least people are saying that is the case, that it's at least like a 50-50 matchup and potentially favorable because of the way Perona can just tap down all the 4-cost and lower characters that they have to deal with them, you know, one by one. But I'm going to be honest, after seeing this game and the way Hody Jones works, I don't think so personally. I mean, yes, there was an alternate reality there where he could have just played out both Surus to KO this Hody Jones. But we'll never know, right? Because the players are only going off what knowledge they have of the matchup in their heads and what they're trying to play safely. They're trying to protect themselves. And is it a good idea to get rid of 2k counters just to get rid of one of his? And the answer, I think, is actually yes, because here's why. That Hody Jones swung for 13k at the end. Well, that's going to, realistically, that would cost you 8 2k counters. Or excuse me, I can't even do math. That would have cost you 4 2k counters and a 1k. So, you know, getting rid of it like that, I feel like would have just been a little bit more the safer play. But we'll have to see. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section below. Right, guys, that's about it. Hope y'all enjoyed. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you have not already. And, yeah, until next time, guys. Peace.